editing this video, I'm having a full-blown anxiety attack and I'm trying to calm down. I'm not editing. I'm showing y'all everything in real time. And it's okay if the internet doesn't agree with me. But they call me dramatic. Let me tell y'all something. I pay all the bills in this house. I like to be clean because one, from trauma. Two, is just who I am as a person. We have a big house. I clean this house up all day by myself. All day. I have big kids in this house. I haven't been downstairs in 24 hours because I said, I'm not in the mood to clean up downstairs. Told my daughters live downstairs. We live upstairs. Told my daughters yesterday, I just cleaned up the whole house upstairs. All I ask is for downstairs to be clean because I need to come down there and go to the laundry room. I just walked down the steps. I'm going to show y'all what downstairs look like. My daughters walk around here with their hair done. Every pair of sneakers that come out. They got iPhones. They got iPads. They got their own room. They get everything they heart fucking desires. You hear me? I treat these kids like gold. I believe they should live a soft fucking life. I don't ask them for nothing. All I ask is for them to get this fucking house clean because I cannot take the dirt, bro. I'm about to go downstairs and I'm about to show y'all this. And y'all natural reaction is going to say, walk away, let them clean it. They had the opportunity to clean this shit. They will not clean it. I purposely didn't put a garbage bag inside the garbage for 3 days. I walked past it for 3 because I said I want to see who's going to put a You know they've been taking the garbage and putting it in the dustbin. Remind you, the garbage bags is right there. All you got to do is open up the count. They refuse, son. They refuse, and I could act so nicely. I could ask and I could ask and I could ask. But when I get to this point where I feel like bugging out, like I feel like yelling, screaming, and breaking shit. Because why can't y'all just... I can't walk away from it. So I'm about to go downstairs and I'm about to show y'all what it looked like. And y'all gonna say in the comment section, I would have walked away. I would have left it. No way in hell I'm gonna clean it. My fucking soul won't let me walk away from it. Y'all don't understand. Maybe it's related to trauma or whatever it is. If I look at downstairs right now and I try to go about my day, it's gonna be on my mind all day. So yes, I'm going to clean it because I cannot take it. But while I'm cleaning it, I'm losing it in my mind because it's like, my nigga, why? How can you live like this? Look at this shit. Look at this. Look at this. What is this? What is this? I don't even know what this is. Look at this. How do you just, you don't even get yourself together. When you get yourself together, look at this. So you literally eat food and you put it in the chair next to, oh, it's worse. Look at the dresser. You sit your food here like it's a garbage. Bags and bags of fucking garbage. Clothes everywhere. Why is the bikes in from the garage? Why? Why is there bikes inside? Look at my laundry room. What? Oh my God. Remind y'all, I am exhausted. I am so tired. And I took today off because I said, you know what, I'm going to just lay down and relax. But my brain physically will never allow me to close my eyes with my house looking like this. Even if it's out of sight, it's not out of mind for me. The amount of a half drinking water bottles that I found in this one room makes me never want to buy water again. And that's not who I am as a person. Why do I have to alter who I want to be to them as a mom, who I am as a person? Because you won't fucking clean? It physically and mentally hurts me when I have to be mean to these children because that's not how I parent. It's not who I am. You know how many kids are out here praying for a home with food and a mom that loves them? I treat these kids with emotional understanding. I meet these kids where they're at all times. I be mindful of how I parent them because I don't want them to face anything I've ever had to go through. And only thing I require is one thing: Keep your space clean. I'm not asking you to clean behind nobody but your damn self. And that's too much of a task for you to do. I want to crash out for real, y'all. I'm not even going to lie. I would love to get up here and give y'all some motivation and tell y'all everything was going to be okay. And this is the part of parenting. But this is the part of the parenting that no one wants to come on the internet and show. Everybody wants to show the perfect side, the good and the glitz and the glam. But this is the part that nobody wants to show. I need to take a breather. I'll come back when I'm feeling a little.
So this is her page. So she creates content, and then so that's the reason why it's recorded, because that's one of the first things. Well, why is she recording this? She's doing it for attention. 174K subs, and so people kept saying if you knew her story, you can understand what all she's been through a lot. So moving into a shelter during COVID, the day in the life of a mom living in the ghetto. That's one of her videos right here.
I see the TV in the background, girl. Bye. When, like I said, this is my chaotic life. So when I went into the grocery store, I was being sporadic as ever, and I just seen a half a chicken because when I order Chinese food, I like getting rice with a half a chicken. Carrot. She wants her chicken, half a chicken.
All right. So I said that all to say is that it seems like she had a rough life, and so she's have a better life right now. And so what you see in her doing is almost crashing out. Clearly, she has some whole lot of things she went through in her past. But let me just get you guys' thoughts about what you've seen and how you feeling about it, even knowing a little bit of the backstory.
This is a great example of why you should not shelter your children from struggle. She said that she didn't want her kids to experience what she did, so now she has filthy kids. Fellas, be careful out there, because it's women like her raising women that this next generation is supposed to wife that lives like this. So I think that it's unfortunate. I understand where she's coming from, but you're doing a disservice in setting those young women up for failure as to where they're clearly filthy. I mean, it wasn't as bad as she was hyping it up to be, but that's still pretty goddamn nasty. If you're not probably not paying no bills, all you got to do is just clean your room, put something in the trash, and go about your way. Just keeping it somewhat tedious. You would think some young boys, some young niggas, as they say, lived in there, but the fact that it's some young women in there with with the eyelashes, I'm sure they dialed up. They got the whole look when they come outside, but the inside is not looking too good. So I think that this is a clear reason as to why you should not treat your children in that manner, because you're just setting yourself up for failure.
All right, let me go ahead and get Nan now. What you thinking, Nan? I know you came in right at the beginning of it. What are your thoughts about it?
I agree with Viz, but I also want to point out the fact that like she's bringing it to the internet instead of her kids. Like she said, she left the garbage like by itself, no bag in it for like 3 days. Why not like just ask them like, hey, you see this has been like this for a few days. Can you put a bag in it? Can you like, I don't know. I think she's like bringing a lot to the internet, and I don't know if she's having these conversations with her kids or not, but they won't hurt. Um, and then at that, like Viz says, like you you're saying you don't want your kids to deal with what you had to deal with, your struggle, whatever. They're seeing that and they're realizing that, like, okay, mommy, she's not gonna let us go without, so we can just let her do it all. I don't know how old her kids are. I don't know if she said that in the video, but the fact that you're just like walking around the house and you're pointing it out, but you're like probably not saying it's them, that I feel like you can't really be mad at that. And it is disgusting. It's very disgusting. But at the end of the day, like you still have to teach them this. And she's probably doing the same thing. They probably think this is okay because they're seeing her do the same thing. So I don't know. I don't really have too much background on her. So
Yeah, looking at this, man, on her YouTube page, she had a 10-minute page of this, and she also put it on IG. So she's clearly recording content.
Yeah, I
So
feel like a
if
lot of
she,
it is for attention.
yeah, so if she didn't have sense, in my opinion, I think it would be difficult for her to be able to maintain her upload and her spreading awareness. I know it's a story, and I know she may be, I don't know. I mean, even if she was crashing out, I think she got enough sense to be able to let them know. If anybody has teenagers, then I think that they would know that they do get lazy. They do get lazy. They will try you. And that's when you got to kick it up a notch and teach them, because they're about to ready to enter adulthood. And so I've talked to other adults who have gone through some of the similar things that I've gone through. You guys got teenagers? Hank, you got teenager, right? Had teenager?
Yes, sir. I got a 19-year-old son as we speak.
Yeah. And then would you say that you started to see a little bit of laziness and
Rebellion.
Yeah.
I didn't let that laziness kick in, JR. I ain't gonna front you. Yeah, that shit right there. Yeah, that's disgusting. Look, can I say something real fast, JR? I don't know if, unless you had somebody else plan on saying something.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, she's failing her kids. She's failing the kids big time. And the reasons why, everything she's talking about, going from rags to riches or whatever she want to call it, man, you ain't doing nothing no special than nobody else did. Who's made it or came up or did something different. Man, you're not doing no different. You just so happen to put your shit on the internet. That's the only difference. You so happen to document your shit. But man, what you should be doing is document your disgruntled badass kids. Now, I think she has all daughters. I don't know if she has sons. I think she got all daughters. But the fact is, where's the father at? Where's the fathers of these girls? If it's to that point where they don't listen to you at all, you need to pack them luggage bags that you had in there and tell them, get that shit and get the fuck out. Because it's obvious they don't appreciate you. It's obvious they don't respect you. It's obvious they don't care about you. Or you could do another thing. Turn off your goddamn internet. Matter of fact, go to the power box and turn off the power to the basement. And don't turn it on until you need to use that goddamn washing machine, and then I'll shut that bitch right back off. Let you some bitches live in the dark with a candlelight or a flashlight. You're gonna get it. You're gonna feel how hard it is to be without. Matter of fact, if y'all got jobs, y'all ain't got jobs, you're gonna get your jobs. And I need for you to start paying up. I'm running them goddamn pockets. Taking all them nice shoes, I'm tying them up in a black bag and I'm putting them in my bedroom. I'm putting a lock on the goddamn refrigerator. You don't appreciate meals. Since you want to look like a DoorDash or eating off of paper plates. Man, I'm a grown man. I don't eat off no goddamn paper plates. I don't what the shit. Why we got paper plates unless we got a cookout? Ain't no cookout. Well, we eating on paper plates. Why? Because them lazy motherfuckers don't want to wash. And then they don't even want to throw it away in the trash. I would hate to see what the yard looks like. I hope she got a yard man to come and cut her grass. And I would hate to see what that looks like.
I hate to see.
I mean, you got the bikes that's supposed to be in the garage. They inside the house. What are we doing here? So they just have an old joyride in that whole basement. Because she said, I live upstairs. They live downstairs. So you just let them run in amok. Doing what they want to do. Operating how they want to do. That's your problem, man. Not one time you was able to take no control because you wanted to be their goddamn kids' friends. You want to be friends with the kids. You want to be the cool mom. You didn't want to be the nasty woman. You didn't want to wear the black hat. Now, if the father's in the life, I don't know. Maybe he's not. But if he's not, you need to wear the black hat at times. You got to be the bad guy, and you got to snatch up all them goddamn phones. You got to take away all them iPads, and again, turn the power off to that area of the house and let it be. But she's not trying to do that. Why? Because she wants to be a kid friend, and it's not going to be cool if I do those things. So now you're going to stress yourself out. You're going to send your ass to the emergency room because you're so stressed out, so worked up. You're gonna have a mess around, have a stroke or a heart attack, dealing with them badass girls or kids or whatever they are. You need to put your foot down, ma'am. Take control of your home. That is your home. That's not their home. They're borrowing it. That's not their room. That's your room. They're just using it. For the meantime, between time, there's gonna be an exit date for your ass. If you don't get your shit together, your exit date gonna be today. Get the fuck out. Go to your goddamn daddy's house. I'm not dealing with this shit no goddamn more. But the problem is she's not willing to do that. So, ma'am, I don't know if you got a man, or if you do got a man, shame on his ass. Why he ain't saying nothing? Even if that's not my goddamn kids, I'm paying this house payment. No, these little motherfuckers need to get going. Either get going or get this house cleaned up. Something's got to happen. Yeah, exactly. Jan, what you showing? That's my friends. They friends. All the girls, they friends. She don't want to look like the bad guy. She's a cool mom. Now, maybe she's overcompensating because her daddy ain't nowhere to be found. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But even if that's the case, you don't need to be your kid's friends. That's the worst mistake any parent could do, trying to be your kid's friend, because then you can't tell them no. Then you can't tell them what they could do, because you could say, oh, we cool, mama. We're going to dap it up like, we're best friends. And all. No, hell no. Look at them. Those are young tack heads in the making. God, yeah. It's got their hair done. They looking cute, well dressed. But guess what they telling you every time you actually do something? Fuck you, mama. I ain't doing shit. Kiss my butt. Oh, hell no. You need to go upside some head. CPS need to be called on me, because I'm not tolerating none of this bullshit. I'll leave it there. I was a little long with it. Shame on me.
I can honestly understand the frustration that she's going. I can understand her frustration though, because like when I was raised by a single mom, and like my mom was like had OCD to the max. Like it was like it would be like 12 o'clock at night and she just decided to go downstairs and organize the shoe rack, because we weren't allowed to wear shoes in the house. So we had to put our shoes in the little like shoe rack right by the front door. I know where she'll just go downstairs and start organizing them. So I can understand like the frustration that she gets when like they don't clean up, or, she just finished cleaning up, or having to do it, because that's how my mom was. But also at the same time, my mom taught us to be clean. So when we would grow up, our rooms needed to be made, our beds need to be made before we walked out of the house. If not, mom's gonna raise all hell. So we always had to make sure we cleaned up after ourselves and made sure we washed up after ourselves. But at the same time, it's like I do understand why she's crashing out, especially because she did state that she was trying to tell her kids, hey, like clean up after yourself, and they're just kind of telling her no. So that would piss anyone off. But I didn't have the option to tell my mom no. My mom told me to do something, I had to go and do it right then and there. Ain't no waiting, ain't no you got 5 minutes. No, it's by the time I come up those steps, your room better be spotless. And our type of clean was probably way more advanced than anybody's, because we had to clean everything. And that but I like that, because then now that I'm older, that's kind of how I live my life. Like I wake up and I clean up after myself. So I don't know. I don't have any kids, so I don't really know how to talk on that, but I do understand where she's coming from when she says that I can't just let it be or let them clean it up. I have to clean it up, because it's just that urge, because I have that same urge too. I can't just let something sit there. I have to clean it. It has to get done.
I think that is great that we think that this is crashing out too, because she definitely didn't crash out at all. Crashing out is her getting a belt and crashing out on their ass on camera. That's crashing out. Her crashing out is her not even talking to the internet and putting foot in ass to get them to clean up. So I think that is I'm proud of society that we got to this point that we assume that this is crashing out.
Yeah, I think the headline read that she was about to crash out. So not necessarily that she crashed out, but I got what you were saying.